singer, so please bear with me for technical aspects of singing, but I think it would be good to focus on this what this bill has to offer and invoke the blessings of the Lord. So does everyone have this sheet of paper which has the bhajan? This bhajan is taken from the book called Navavidha, written by Bhakti.
I know now your divine feet are free from all sorrow and fear, eternally full of sweet nectar. 2. At the soles of those lotus feet, I surrender myself and all I possess. 3. O Lord, there is no other protection like you in this world of birth and death. To be your eternal servant, whose maintenance you are assured. 5. Life before, without you, has nothing but sorrow. Now I live free from all misery. 6. Lakshmi, desiring such a place at your lotus feet, executed austerities. Only after securing a place by your lotus feet did Lord Shiva attain his Shivatva, or quality of auspiciation. 7. Upon obtaining those feet, Lord Brahma became successful in life, and the great sage Narada Muni held those 2 feet to his heart. 8. Your lotus feet drive away all fear. Having held them to my head, I dance in great ecstasy, singing their glories. 9. Your lotus feet will deliver Bhakti Vinoda from the perils of worldly journey.
Thank you so much. Chant of Navavidha. We hope the blessings of their Lordship as well as our Acharyas. Om Adhyānatimirandasya Jnānāñjana-śalakaya Chakshurunmilitam yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadam Dharati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Tapadakundam Shri Guru Vaishnavanscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sadhanāranāthāṁ Sajivam Sadhvikam Savadutam Parijanam Setam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Radha Saranamita Sri Vishakantam Shri Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dīnabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopikākanta Radha Kanta Namaste Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sudhiri Pranamami Haripriye Panchakalpatarupascha Kripa Sindhubhyecha Patana Bhavibhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namaha Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Shivasari Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Before we proceed on the discussion about the glories of worshipping the lotus feet of the Lord, I would like to, this is a very high exalted topic, and I express my utter unqualification to talk on this subject matter. But whatever I will be speaking is based on the Prabhupada's books, as well as whatever I have heard from the senior Vaishnavas. And this will be only for my purification. So I would request all of you to please pray for me and bless me, so that whatever I will be speaking, I may be able to implement at least a little bit of what is being said. Thank you so much. As all of us now know and probably have by hearted the verse that Prahlad spoke to his friends about the 9 processes of devotional service. He starts with Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Padsevanam Archanam Vandanam Dasyam Sakhyam Vedanam Vidhim Sapta Vishnu Bhakti Chet Rakshana Right? Prahlad Maharaj is talking, he's just a 5-year-old boy, born in a demonic family. His father was a famous demon, very famous, with the name of Hiranyakashipu. Prahlad Maharaj got the fortune of hearing from an exalted Vaishnava of Narad Muni. And when was that? When he was in the womb of his mother. And that's how he got all the qualities of devotional service. Young age of 5 years, he could instruct his friends on a very exalted topic. So the process from clear about all the 3 processes, initial 3 processes like Sravanam, Kirtanam, and Vishnu Smaranam. Now, the Padsevanam. Padsevanam, what is the meaning of Pad? Pad is the feet, and Sevanam is service. Serving the feet of whom? Of Lord Krishna, or the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Right? So these 9 processes of devotional service, either they can be done or collectively to help ourselves advance in Krishna consciousness. And there are examples of many devotees from past who have executed or perfected one or more of these services. And just like before we were discussing, the process of Shravanam was mastered by Parikshit Maharaj. He was at first in hearing the glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead through Srimad Bhagavatam for 7 days and 7 nights, consecutively without even a break. And the Kirtanam was Shukdeva Goswami, who was reciting Srimad Bhagavatam. Prahlad Maharaj himself was constantly remembering the Supreme Personality of Godhead, even through the process of the torture, the extreme torture he was subjected to by his own father. Now we have Padsevanam that we are discussing today, and does anyone remember or know who has perfected this? Mother Lakshmi, the consort of Lord Vishnu himself. So we have always seen Mother Lakshmi at the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. She is serving the Supreme Personality of Godhead, naturally. So such exalted personality as Lakshmi Devi, she is always engaged into the service at the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of God. So what is actually Padsevanam? When you say that serving the lotus feet of, serving the feet of Lord, what does that actually mean? Right? So Prabhupada writes in the purport to this verse actually, he gives the definition of Padsevanam. He says that being intensely attached to thinking of Lord's lotus feet. It's very important. Being intensely attached to thinking of Lord's lotus feet is actually Padsevanam. Now, when we talk about feet or serving the feet, what does that actually mean? What does it actually symbolically? What does it represent? Feet are actually the bottommost part of your body, right? So when you are serving someone's feet, what does that actually symbolically represent? Surrender, right? Because I want to be the lowest, lowest, for you. I'm nowhere close to you. I'm just lower. That's surrender. What else? Humility, right? Or complete dependence. Trying to say that you are completely dependent. So what does that, how does that help? When you are completely saying that I am completely surrendered and dependent upon you, naturally the mercy flows. Right? Just like the water gradient. Top to bottom. So when you want to invoke the mercy or blessings from someone, you need to be actually submissive and humble, and actually the servant of your lotus feet. Then naturally that mercy flows. Right? You don't have to make an extra effort. Right? So service attitude or surrender is one of the most important qualities for invoking the blessing or mercy from anyone who is superior to you. Right? So there is actually, Parashara is one of the great sages from Sri Sampradaya. He was on a pilgrimage with his godbrothers through general. This is about I'm talking about So he was on a pilgrimage with his godbrothers, then in the jungles actually. So he comes across a hunter, okay, and then they just had a talk. They rested. They just had a talk. And this hunter is a very simple person. Actually, what is likelihood is he, goes to jungle, expresses his name, and whatever small he catches, he just sells them or, kills them and eats them. That's his usual day-to-day routine. And he was actually, narrating one interesting thing. One of his interesting experiences, and he was saying that, okay, what happened yesterday was I did my routine things, I spread my net, and I got some, rabbits, okay, and I took them home, and at home, it's like, my intention was, to kill them and cook them, so that I can have a meal for myself and also the family. But what I actually noted was these rabbits at my feet, and I felt some compassion for them, playing around my feet, and I felt compassion that I did not want to kill them. Actually, I let them go. What happened? In this, then after consciousness, his God that see this hunter, he's not a learned person. And They don't. So just see the natural act. We're supposed to innovation, right? Melted for them. So what to speak of? Someone takes the shelter of the garden. Even if the hard-hearted person, he can how much compassion, right? For those living entities, if anyone takes shelter of him, so to speak, famous pastime. Both of them wanted to be helped. Arjun and Duryodhana to approaching Lord Sri Krishna. Remember that Duryodhana, somehow it happened that Duryodhana reached Dwarka first. Maybe Lord Krishna was taking rest. He was just waiting. He was just waiting, but while waiting, he next, to the face of Lord Krishna. And then Arjuna arrives, and he being the humble devotee of Lord Krishna. So naturally what happened? Just at his lotus feet, he recognizes recognizes him, and that he ordered Arjun. Was a little bit restless now. I'm the one who came first here. Then of course, and both of them say that okay, the Kurukshetra war is about to begin, and we would need your we need your help. Krishna says, both of you are here, you are in the opposite team, opposite party. But naturally, I have noted, so let me ask what he actually wants. He gives them two options, actually. Is Krishna without any weapons or anything like that. Just him, he himself. And the entire army of Krishna. And that was so powerful army, both in terms of the numbers and as well as the strength. So, Krishna noted him the first. Okay. Arjun, naturally being the friend of Krishna, he chose Krishna himself. Anything, just himself. And Duryodhana became so satisfied in his heart. See this foolish Arjun, he doesn't know anything. It's maybe he will ask the army of Krishna. He just asks Arjun, Krishna himself without going to the war. This point here is that Gurudev is actually very humble and is at the feet of the Supreme Personality of God. Naturally, he gets the right intelligence to choose, that is, to invoke how to get the blessings of the Supreme Personality of God. Krishna, there is dharma, right? So that's how a devotee is actually at least on the same level as the Supreme Godhead. Many times we hear that Krishna's feet are compared to the lotus feet. They're considered lotus. Unless it is a demonic person who thinks accept man. And this is lotus feet. So why Krishna's feet is compared to the lotus? Have any idea? Why? Very soft. Very good. Any other answers? Most beautiful things. Yeah, all these are very good answers. So, lotus is compared to the most beautiful flower and very soft, right? And Krishna's lotus feet are very, very soft and the most beautiful. There is nothing that you can compare the lotus feet or the feet, Krishna's feet, with anything in the material world. But that may be the closest thing that you can probably, compare it to, because they are soft and beautiful. That's the closest thing that we can get to. Okay. Actually, Kunti Maharani, in her glorification in the presence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, she is comparing the features of the Supreme Personality of Godhead to the lotus flower. She says, Namo Pankaja Nabhaya, Namo Pankaja Maline, Namo Pankaja Netraya, Namaste Pankrambre. She's saying that, oh my dear Lord, your navel is like that of, like lotus flower. You are wearing a garland of lotus flower. Your eyes are kind of that of, very close to lotus, and your feet are like lotus, or they have the marking of lotus. So such is the beauty of yourself. And so what are some of the other colors? Lotus grows in water. It's always in water. So when the devotees of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna, are sitting on the feet, their eyes are flooded with the tears of ecstasy. You see that they are meditating on the feet, flooded with the tears of ecstasy. That the feet are as beautiful as the lotus, and just like the lotus is the middle of the water. So that's another other reason Lord's feet are referred to lotus feet. What's one of the other reasons that acharyas have given is the honey that you get from lotus. The honey from lotus, it has the medicinal curing the diseases of the eyes. Diseases of the eyes. So when the devotee is meditating on Lord's feet, to get capable of dispelling the darkness of material existence and give a clear vision about the transcendental abode and pastimes of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Right? So those are some of the reasons Lord's feet are compared to the lotus feet. Right? So, and the other thing is, what is actually serving the lotus feet comprise? Does it actually mean that just like your mother Lakshmi, she gets an opportunity to massage the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. What does it actually mean for a devotee? What is the devotee supposed to do when he wants to follow the instructions? Okay. And the Prabhupada writes in the purport of the same verse in Padsevanam how it actually gradually evolves. It starts with just seeing the form of God. Just of the Lord, starting with the lotus feet. Actually, you know, when you come in front of the deities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, how do you take darshan? You start, you're supposed to actually at least, you start from the lotus feet, from the feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and then gradually go up, you know, to his legs, waist, you know, navel, chest, and the beautiful face, and all other, you know, decorations and ornaments on him. And then his beloved Srimati Radharani. So that's actually one of the ways of taking the darshan of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And what are some of the other ways? You can actually touch the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead when you get a chance, right? You know, when you are second, you know, you get communication initiation, you may be able to get to serve the deities of the Lord personally, or festivals like Jagannath Rath Yatra. You get an opportunity to touch the deities, you know, personally, or you may have deities at home. You can touch. What are some of the other ways you can do Padsevanam? By circumambulating the form of the Lord or the temple of the Lord, right? Visiting the holy places of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, such as Mathura, Vrindavan, right? Because those places are actually decorated because the Lord performed his pastimes there. They are actually decorated with the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And we have the example of Krura, who went to Mathura to invite Lord Krishna and Balram. Krura went to Vrindavan from Mathura to invite Lord Krishna and Balram to Mathura. And as soon as he entered into Vrindavan and he saw the beautiful footprints of Lord Krishna, he immediately got down from his chariot and rolled into the dust of Vrindavan to have his body covered with the dust from the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. Srila Prabhupada tells that should be our mood. That should be, you know, when we visit Holy Dham, immediately we should actually offer our posted obeisances and get the dust, you know, get ourselves covered with the dust from the holy places, right? And other thing is bathing in Ganges or holy rivers like Ganga or Yamuna, especially the river Ganga. Both the rivers actually, they are, you know, river Ganges actually comes from the lotus feet of the Lord Vishnu. It's actually the Charanamrit of Lord Vishnu. And Lord Krishna has personally performed various pastimes in Yamuna. So those rivers are actually, you know, flooded with the ecstasy for the Supreme Personality of Godhead. When you get that water, it actually purifies you. Another thing is actually offering service to Vaishnavas, right? So, and we can talk about, you know, why serving the lotus feet of even the Vaishnavas is important. But before we go that, what are some of the effects of serving the Supreme Personality of Godhead? Like serving the lotus feet of, what do you know, what benefits you get by serving the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead? There is a famous bhajan by Govinda Das. Bhajahu mana Sri Nandanandana Abhaya Charana Dulabh Manava Janam Satsange Bhajahu Dulabh Manava Janam Satsange So, lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead are considered Abhay Charnarvinda. They give fearlessness. Right? And then, Tarahu E Bhavasindhuri. They have the ability to deliver ourselves from the cycle of birth and death. It is considered that the material world is like an ocean, but when you take it's very difficult to cross the ocean. But when you take the shelter of the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, that ocean gets shrunk to the size of a calf's footprint, and it's kind of very easy to cross over. Right? The calf's footprint, it's very easy to cross over. Then, what are some of the other effects of surrendering to the lotus feet of Lord? It gives freedom from the miseries, material miseries. Right? Krishna says in Bhagavad-gita, Raivi Yesha Gunamai, Mama Maya Bhurtiya, Mama Yevaya Pradunti, Maya Mukam Pradunti. Maya, or the most of material nature, which ultimately cause a lot of suffering to all of us. It's very difficult to conquer, conquer. But when you take the shelter of the lotus feet, Krishna says that it's very easy to uplifting it, or go beyond the miseries. And the most important is it invokes the devotional service in the hearts, even if you are impersonalist. Like when you serve the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, we have the famous example of 4 Kumaras. How many of you know about the 4 Kumaras? 4 sons of Lord Brahma. Okay, when they were born, they decided that they will not grow older, because they thought that once you grow older, you get all worldly attachments, and it's not good for realizing the highest spiritual subject matter. So they decided that they will just remain like 5-year-old boys, and they were attached to the impersonal understanding of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But once, what happened? They went to Vaikuntha Loka to see Lord Vishnu or Lord Krishna. And they were, of course, checked at the entrance by the doorkeepers of Lord Vishnu, Jai and Vijay. Anyway, the long story short, ultimately Lord Vishnu personally comes to collect, greet and take them into the Vaikuntha Loka. As soon as they see the Supreme Personality of Godhead, they offer their respectful obeisances. And what happens? The third canto of Srimad Bhagavatam actually gives a very nice description. Says that Tasya Padaravinda Kinjalpamishta Tulasim Vakarandavayo Antargata Shvaviparena Chakara Tesham Sanshom Aksharajusham Apichitta Tango. So what happened? So Tasya Padaravinda, when the aroma from the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is lotus-eyed, aroma which is Kinjal Kamishta Tulasi Makarandavaya. So Lord Vishnu is naturally offered Tulasi, saffron, and sandalwood. When the aroma from the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu, which is mixed with the tulsi, chandan, all that, enter into the nostrils of these 4 Kumaras, what happened? Antargatashva vivarena chakaratesham sanchobam akshara apichitta tanvoho. Sanchobam, their body got surcharged with like sanchobam, like someone is shaking you, right? Sanchobam akshara. Their body got surcharged with pure devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, although they were akshar, they were actually attached to an impersonal understanding of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Even if you are impersonalist, if you come in the contact with the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, you actually become personal understanding. You actually understand the importance of devotional service. Right? So, such are the glories of the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, who all perfected their lives by serving the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Perfected as in, like, who got the mercy of the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Of course, there are so many, the list is probably, very exhaustive. But let's take some of the major examples. Actually, from the bhajan that we just sang, right? The first and foremost is Mother Lakshmi, right? Mother Lakshmi, she had to do a lot of austerities, but she actually got the opportunity to serve the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. How about some other examples from the Lord Shiva? Lord Shiva, he got the quality of auspiciousness. Lord Shiva is auspicious, right? By actually by serving the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. One of the names of Lord Shiva is Gangadhar, right? Do you know? Gangadhar. What is the meaning of Gangadhar? One who holds Mother Ganges, River Ganga, on his head. And what is Mother Ganga? Where is she coming from? Lord Vishnu's lotus feet. Actually, she is taking the Charanam of Lord Vishnu. And Shiva very graciously holds her on his head. So, we say that Lord Shiva got his qualities of auspiciousness from the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. How about Lord Brahma? Right? He became successful. Brahma became Kritat. He got all the knowledge. Not only the knowledge, but also the ability to recreate by surrendering and to the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. What else? Who else? Narad Muni. Jaipada Narad Muni, Hridaya Dharila. Narad Muni is always holding his Lord's lotus feet in his heart. And that's how he can continuously chant the names of the Supreme Personality of Godhead all the time. So these are all exalted devotees. How about non-devotees? So the non-devotees. We have the example of, there are so many examples, but one of them is Kaliya. Did Kaliya get the mercy of the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead? Yes. How many of you ask know the story? So he was a very gigantic serpent in Yamuna, and actually making all the waters of Yamuna poisonous. And Krishna actually danced on his, on his head to subdue him. So naturally, what he got is the footprints of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And there is a very nice prayer that the Nagpatnis, the wives of Kaliya, offer to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And they say that Tasyanubhavo Sinade Gurudmahe Tavangrireno Sparshadhikara Yadvanchayashi Lalanacha Tapo Vihaya Kaman Suchiram Gradhatam. She's saying the Nagpatnis are praying to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They are saying that, oh my dear Lord, I don't know, we don't know what kind of pious credits our husband has performed. He got the dust of your lotus feet, for which even Yadvanchaya Shri Lalanacha Shri is Mother Lakshmi. Mother Lakshmi had to perform lots of austerities. Charat Tapa, she had to do a lot of austerities. Vihaya, like she gave all her material desires and she engaged into severe austerities. for a long time. And then she got the opportunity to serve the lotus feet of the Lord. Here, our husband, he was envious of you. He did not do any austerities or anything like that, but still, he got the dust from your lotus feet. So, how fortunate he is, right? So, Lord is very merciful. Even if you are non-devotee, He will try to, give you His mercy in different ways. So, even if it may externally appear as a punishment, but it is actually mercy, of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, right? So such is the glory of the mercy of the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So when we talk about serving the lotus feet of Lord, we say that okay, we can perform the devotional service, we can look at the deities, but that's one way of doing it. One of the most important way of approaching the Supreme Personality of Godhead for the blessings of His lotus feet is actually serving His devotees. Right? Why? Because the devotees have taken the shelter of His lotus feet. We may be so much materially contaminated that we may not get a chance, or we may not have a desire to directly serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But devotees, pure devotees who have already taken the mercy or taken the shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, they can, if we serve them, naturally it gives, the same mercy flows, from the Supreme Personality of Godhead through the pure devotees to us. Our founder of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, Bhakti Swami, he is called as Prabhupada. Why he is called as Prabhupada? What is Prabhu? Prabhu is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and Pad is the lotus feet. So he has taken the shelter of the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Now, when we take the shelter of such pure devotees, naturally what will happen? We get the blessings and the mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, in our Prabhupada Pranati prayers, when we offer this obeisances to Srila Prabhupada, we say that Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namani. Why I'm offering my obeisances into His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami? He has taken the shelter of the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu Padaya. Right? That's why he is very dear to Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale. So, therefore, it's really very important to serve the spiritual master or Guru, because the Guru will actually give the mercy. In our Guru prayers, we say that Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhaktati Sarma. Right? Shri Guru Charana Padma. The lotus feet of the spiritual master, Kevala Bhaktati, only they can bestow pure devotional service into us. Because he is merciful. What does a Guru do? When a disciple is surrendering unto him, what does he do? Oh, very nice, very nice. Okay? Like, now you have understood my exalted position. No, actually, he engages the disciple into the service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He doesn't accept the service for himself. Actually, his goal is to engage the disciple in the service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In the Mangalarati, we say that Shri Vigraharadhan Nityanana Shringaratan Mandir Majanado Yuktasya Bhakanshani Anjakoti Vande Guru Shri Charanavindram. What does the Guru do? He engages the disciple. Yuktasya Bhakanshani Anjakoti. He engages the disciple in the service of, in the direct service, like Shri Vigraharadhan Nityanana. The Vigraha is the deity form of the Supreme Personality of God. Or doing some personal service, Mandir Marjanava, cleaning the temple. or similar surfaces like that. So that's how you can actually serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead, by serving the lotus feet of the Guru. How about the pure devotee? How about pure devotee? It will have the same effect, the same benefit, right? So in Chaitanya Charitamrita it says that Bhakta Pada Bhuliya Bhakta Pada Jan Bhakta Bhukta Avashesha Iti Mahabharata. The three important things which are mentioned. The most powerful thing. One is Bhakta Pada Bhuliya, the dust from the feet of a pure devotee. Bhakta Pada Bhuliya is the dust. Bhakta Pada Jal, the water which has washed the feet of a devotee. And then the third thing is Bhakta Bhukta Avashesha, the food remnants of a devotee. They can bestow tremendous mercy and can kind of uplift our consciousness to a level, to a spiritual level. These are the most powerful things. And we have the example of Narayana himself. Narayana, right? Narayana in the previous life, he was son of the maid servant. And his mother was very poor. And she used to serve the Bhaktivedantis, who used to come and stay there during the 4 months of rainy season. And while she was serving, Narayana used to serve these Bhaktivedantis by doing menial service. And he used to take the remnants of the food offered to these. And he got such attraction for the spirit of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And immediately, in his next life, he got the exact position of Narayana. And here another example of Ramanujacharya. Once Ramanujacharya, you know Ramanujacharya, like he's one of the very exalted Vaishnavas from Sri Sampradaya in 10th to 12th centuries. So he was visiting various places along with his disciple Dashrati, very exalted disciple of Ramanujacharya. And he went to one village. The name of the village was actually Shaligram village. And usually he used to be welcomed because he was a famous sannyasi. But in this village, people were very indifferent to him. They did not care that he was there. They did not approach him or offer obeisances or anything like that. In general, these people were not very inclined spiritually, at least. So what did Ramanujacharya say? Instruct Dashrati. So he told Dashrati, the disciple, that you go in this nearby lake and wash your feet and come back. So he went, washed his feet, and came back. Like in this lake, all the villagers used to use the water, for their usual day-to-day activities, like drinking, taking bath, and all of that things. So naturally, everyone got the opportunity to take the dust from the feet of this disciple Dashrati. Naturally, he was very exalted, and from next day, there was transformation in the heart of the villagers, and they actually started coming in, offering respects to Ramanujacharya and his disciple, and actually started inquiring about the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So such is the glory of the devotees, serving the devotees, lotus feet. And serving the devotees, lotus feet also means following the instructions, following the instructions of the spiritual master. It doesn't mean that you go and massage their feet and take just go and take their dust and Prabhu. It actually means taking the shelter of the instructions. Right? And there's one other way by which you can actually perform serve the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That is by serving Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam. Actually, there are 12 cantos of Srimad Bhagavatam. First two cantos are considered to be the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And by rendering service to Srimad Bhagavatam, actually you are doing Padsevanam, or worshipping the lotus feet of Lord. And what do you mean by serving Srimad Bhagavatam? You can actually serve, you can worship, offer arati and all that. But actual service is studying Srimad Bhagavatam. Right? Srimad Bhagavatam is such a nice scripture that it has everything. It's like the ripened fruit of pure devotional service. Once you have Srimad Bhagavatam, you do not need anything else. And the glories of Srimad Bhagavatam are explained in the Srimad Bhagavatam itself, in the very second verse of Srimad Bhagavatam. It says, Dharma Projita Kaitavatra Nirmatsanam Satam Vedyam Vastava Matavasta Shivaram Papatrayo Srimad Bhagavate Mahamnite Kimva Parishwara Sadhyo Ruddhavate Pratibhir Sushrushbhir Takshana. So, Dharma Projita Kaitavatra Parama. What is the first verse of Srimad Bhagavatam? Is actually the second verse of Srimad Bhagavatam is actually kicking away the Kaitava Dharma or pseudo religion, or so-called religious practices which are supposed to be religious, but they are actually hidden by material desires. So, first thing Srimad Bhagavatam does is just kicks those things away. And once you start reading the Srimad Bhagavatam, what happens? Your heart gets purified, and trapatra, your nilanam, all three kinds of miseries, they get uprooted. Right? And saying Srimad Bhagavate Mahamni Krite Kimva Parevishwara. And such is if you have Srimad Bhagavatam, which is composed by Vedavyas, Kimva Parevishwara. What is the use of what is the need for other scriptures? Because as soon as you hear about Srimad Bhagavatam, Sadhyo Ruddha Avruddha Tatadhir Shushushtabhir Tatchana. As soon as you start hearing about Srimad Bhagavatam, what happens? Your heart undergoes changes. Sadhyo Ruddha. Your hridaya, your heart gets purified. And the pure devotion to the Supreme Personality of Godhead is manifested. So, and I'd like to end there. So, how can I do Padsevanam as a practicing devotee? Naturally, this is just to summarize. Naturally, you can see the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead just by taking simple darshan, by doing even deity worship at home or at temple, going to the holy places, and circumambulating the deities, and serving the devotees, and ultimately serving Srimad Bhagavatam. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Please forgive me for any shortcomings in the course of the presentation. Shri Shri Radha Navavidha ki. Any quick question or comment?
Jai.